What's going on? I am Chris Luck, and today we are going to be talking about the 8K and 4K light update that has been added to the Canon R5 in update 1.3. So let's jump into some footage on Premiere Pro. While this loads up, I have everything proxied out and everything right now. I did a little bit of looking at it, but what I'm concerned is I had to, especially for the 4K 120 clips, I had to proxy them. And if I could just use 4K light without a huge quality loss and have 4K light not have to be proxied, it could save me a lot of time, and hopefully the render is a lot better. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. So we have everything with the proxy. 8K runs smooth. There are no issues at all. My PC specs are the following. It's a i7 8700K, a 2080 for the graphics card, and 32 gigabytes of RAM. Let's turn the proxy off and let's just try to hit play. 4K lights looking really good. No issues here. 4K regular, IPB I should say. Looking like no issues actually. Usually when there's a lot of files here, if I did a vlog or something, or I have a lot of B-roll, it does tend to slow it down. So I do proxy it just to make things quicker. But no issues there. Okay, now we jump into the 8K. And 8K is taking a minute to even load up here. Here we go. This is 8K light. 8K light. And it's skipping. It's definitely having some issues. So let's, before we go any further, let's see if 8K regular has the same issues. This is all full, by the way. Everything so far has been full. Regular 8K is, it's struggling. Yeah, regular 8K it's pretty bad. So let's do some image quality zooms here. So there's some houses in the background. Let's zoom in all of them. And I think Premiere Pro with the last 8K clip has really messed up my computer. It did. So let's restart everything here. I'm gonna restart Premiere Pro. Already you can see that Premiere Pro, once it hits that 8K regular clip, it really slowed down my Premiere. So I'm gonna restart it and see if we can get anything working a little better here. That's rough. You have to have a beast of a PC if you want to edit the regular 4K, and you got to have a lot of, or I'm sorry, 8K, and you have to have a lot of storage space, because it allows me with a 256 gigabyte card to get, I believe, like 12 minutes, 15 minutes of regular 8K raw. So that's quite a bummer. That is quite a bummer. So let's jump into some like 1000% crop and see if the 8K light versus the 8K raw is a huge difference. Actually, my 8K raw, I didn't hit record when I recorded it, and I didn't notice that till later. And so it's 8K IPB, which I believe gives me like 23 minutes of time. That's actually not too bad for 8K light. It's a little slow, but it's doing it. Okay, so we got this greenhouse here. Let's copy these numbers onto this clip. That looks really good for being 1000% zoom. So the 8K regular one definitely does look better at maximum, when it's at maximum sharpness, which is not right there. So is the 12 minutes of recording time worth it more than the 1 hour or something you get with 8K light? I'm gonna say that's up to you, depending on what your goal is. But I mean, when are you really gonna zoom into 1000? I mean, if we do 200, if it wants to update. And then 200 on the 8K light. I mean, it's so hard to tell at that zoom. To me, I'll take that extra recording time if it was me. Okay, so leaving the 8K clips alone, let's go ahead and jump to the 4K comparison. Just by touching the 8K clip, I had to restart Premiere Pro just to get the regular 4K to work again. Alrighty, back into Premiere Pro. We'll give it a minute. I have the 8K layer track disabled, so let me just make sure this 4K track's running smoothly again. I am having no issues. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some comparisons here. We have the 4K light on the left and the regular on the right. Well, I think we only need 500% this time. Actually, we'll do... Alright, so we have the 4K 1000. I might even zoom in more here. So I like looking at these skylights up here, and the 8K, you could definitely see them a little better. The 4K, they are definitely a little blurred out, a little low resolution. And then same here, they're not better quality under that. And you start to see this ripple effect actually. Yeah, the regular 4K doesn't have this ripple effect along these windows, but if you go here, it does. You can see it here. So that's something to watch for on the 4K light. But when it comes to the overall definition in these skylights up here, there's really not a huge difference. So to me, is 4K light going to be worth it? I think I'll be definitely using 4K light. I think that's what I'm going to film my next video in. 4K light. And hopefully I have no Premiere Pro issues. I'm going to render these out with some effects so you can judge for yourself at the end. And you guys can tell me what you think. Alright, so after looking at that, me personally, I'm just going to use the 4K light, I think, for what I do, my subscriber base. I don't need the extra little bit of detail. And I feel weird saying that. I've never been that person that's like, well, I'm only going to give 80%. But in the real world, I don't think there's going to be a big difference unless you're getting your movie or episode shown on like a 100-inch TV that's 8K and whatnot, and if you're zooming in to 1000%, or in this case it's 1800, is that even worth it? Like, you might, if you're going to be zooming in that much, you're not going to be using 8K. You'll probably be using like 16K or something crazy. What do you guys think? You guys tell me what you use for your videos. Heck, I still think 1080 is pretty good, so I'm happy with 4K.